I'm here today with the owner of Fifth Avenue Bridal, Julia Barney. Now, thank you for being here today. Obviously, the first step in getting married is you got to get the dress. It's all about the dress, right? So tell me a little bit, what has that been like owning a bridal shop here in Brevard County?
We are so grateful to be featured today on your podcast, and thank you to Ideal Impact and everyone involved for featuring us today. Fifth Avenue Bridal by Julia Barney is located in Indialantic on Fifth Avenue, and we've been in existence since 2018, and we serve brides from all over the country and also here in our region too, and we're very proud to feature some very coveted international gown designers and collections from those designers. And it's really growing. It's a beautiful place to be, to have that beautiful moment to say yes to the dress. And we're just excited to bring all of these different designers who are very distinctive to this region. And it's just been taking off, and we couldn't be more thrilled.
That's awesome. Yeah, very unique flair you guys have there. I've been there this week, and I got to see the dresses. And you said, and I agree with you, they're timeless. That's really what you specialize in. Tell me a little bit about who are some of the unique designers that you're able to work with in your shop?
Yes, we definitely feature, above all, classic, elegant, and timeless designers. And there are so many designers out there that have a fashion-forward flair. There are ones that have been in existence for years and years and have been able to modify their designs to meet the current levels of demand from the brides that are looking for something different, yet something classic. And I think we've just hit the right striking market with all of our brides, because we have an English designer, we have an Australian designer, we have an Israeli woman designer, and none of these are available anywhere else in the United States. And one is Dando London Bridals by Christine Dando. If you've ever watched Say Yes to the Dress, she's on it in the United Kingdom. And she has an amazing collection that emphasizes the female form with having a timeless and elegant design. It's really taking off, and one particular dress called Bakerloo in our shop is to die for, and one that brides contact me about from all over the country. So we have that and more, and we're really proud to feature her designs as well as Ricky Dalal and her designs and others. So it's just a very different but still very elegant and classic. We pull those classic, timeless pieces from the collections that are the most current right now. So we're very excited and pleased about that.
Very cool. And what inspired you to open a bridal shop, and why Indialantic?
Well, Indialantic is where we call home. My husband and I had the opportunity to purchase the boutique from a former bridal shop owner. And she had the dream, and we shared that dream, and I was allowed to take that to a completely different level. We never had plans to bring any international designers, but it just became clear that that's what was needed in the region, and that's what the brides were asking for. So we did make a few trips to international markets and attended all the fashion shows and talked to the designers personally and picked each and every single dress that is featured in our boutique. So we're very familiar with all those designs, and not only do we handle that part of it, but we also handle the alterations aspect of it. So we never like to send off a dress not knowing exactly how it's going to turn out on your wedding day. We like to see you for about that whole year process involved in making all those alterations to really make it your dress and perfect.
And because it's so early in the process, they're probably asking you lots of other questions because you're in the wedding industry, and this may be the only time they're getting married, or maybe it's a second time. But tell me a little bit about that, kind of helping steward them through the process of getting the dress all the way to the day of. How are you able to help them a little bit?
Oh, I love that process. Picking the dress and saying yes to the dress is a wonderful, emotional, special moment that should be shared with somebody that you enjoy working with, the bridal gown designer as well as the bridal boutique owner. So I believe in that whole process of it, but it's so much more than that. As a wedding person who loves weddings and is enthusiastic about that whole process and having some personal experience with all of that, I love the design process of choosing and saying yes to the dress, but it's a lot more than that. And I feel like I understand that, having gone through it myself, And I love the whole aspect of choosing my dress and involving my family members. It's a very emotional moment, and it's my privilege to be a part of that. So there's a lot that goes into it, from the fitting to everything else along the way, and it can be quite a process of deciding which modifications that you should really make to your dress. And one thing that we're known for at Fifth Avenue Bridal is choosing the right size for your dress. So we don't order it 3 or 4 sizes too big in order to make tremendous alterations to the gown to fit you on your wedding day. We actually order it most of the time with Dando London Bridals, a different size in every aspect of your measurements, so that when you have the dress on your first fitting, it really does quite fit you very well. And then all we're worried about at that point is making a slight alteration to the hem of the dress, the bottom of the dress, depending on what type of shoes you're wearing on your wedding day. So we make so many suggestions along the way, from that first appointment to your last fitting right before your wedding day, to ensure that the dress fits your venue, it fits your spirit, it fits your body, and it's one that's going to make you effortlessly beautiful on your wedding day.
We originally got connected because you are holding a bridal show on March 2nd. Tell me all about that, the benefit of the Parker Foundation. Tell me about the event.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad we connected on that. I've seen Spark 11 Productions, the wedding aspect of your video production company, a lot on Instagram, and our brides are really interfacing with that and interacting and love what you do. So we invited you guys to be a part of the event and film that in a really artful and special way. So we thank you for that. The event is on March 2nd, and it's called You Give Me Butterflies. The inspiration is something that the co-founder of the Parker Foundation, Melissa Parker, and I talked about. She couldn't be here today, but she sends her best wishes. And her and I just collaborated on this event from the beginning a few months ago. Parker Foundation was a nonprofit organization started by Melissa and Ted Parker, and they're parents of a child with autism. And they saw a need in the community for recreational sports and arts and educational programs to serve that gap in services for children with autism and their families. So over the last 3 years, I've been working with them really nonstop to create and fund and facilitate these programs, and it's grown to over 1,000 families in Brevard. And together we promote and do these programs for children throughout the year, whether it's soccer, basketball, baseball, tennis, and we're associated with different types of fundraisers throughout the year. We're just really grateful that the Parker Foundation is able to be a part of this event, You Give Me Butterflies, and be the charity benefactor from it. So Melissa Parker is a huge inspiration for me. She's also involved in the pageant world. She's Mrs. Florida America, and she's inspired me to basically use any kind of platform you have, whether it's your small business or the pageant system or anything you have access to promote, the better of the community or give back in some way. So this is one way that I'm trying to do that for the foundation, and it's amazing.
That's awesome. What are some other ways that parents or people who are connected to autism, how can they get involved?
They can come and support the event. They can look up the Parker Foundation. Our website has ongoing events and programs, and we also have a huge list of resources in the community that we're connected to that we can plug them into. And when that family receives the diagnosis that their child has autism, whether they're 3 or 4 or 15, there are things that we can do to help them or point them in the right direction for those services. And they can always come play baseball with us, come play basketball, and buddy up with those volunteers in high schools that, do wonderful programs. That's who we use, and that's who we lift up to work with in our programs. So it's a wonderful community-wide, very local, grassroots, effort-driven organization, the Parker Foundation.
Yeah, that sounds like a great group in Brevard County. I know you're spreading the word on that, having more events like this.
Really excited to show our dresses to the rest of the community who may not have had an appointment yet, who may not have been able to visit the shop and see really what unique dresses we have and the collections that we carry. So we're going to feature a fashion show, and we're also going to raise money for this really important charity. And we're also going to feature these amazing vendors, one of which is here today, Shell's Event Planning. and others who really have an amazing way to hone their craft, and that craft and those skills are ones that I personally recommend to any bride and any groom, any couple, anyone planning a very special celebration where they don't want the details to be missed. Those types of vendors are going to be featured in very exquisite ways at our event on March 2nd.
Well, we're really looking forward to it. It looks like a nice, intimate event that is going to be very special for who it's raising money for, how it's being put on, and we're always looking for things that are a little different, a little more exciting, that we can show off and use our own creative eye on. So we really appreciate the invitation. Should be a lot of fun. You said March 2nd. It's going to be right next to your shop, right? Which is in downtown Indialantic, right there, beachside, 5th Ave.
Exactly.
Is there anything else? Where can people sign up? What else should they know?
The event has tickets available still. It may sell out because we only have about 50 to 75 seats. The space is very boutique. It's at a beautiful little corner on 5th Avenue next to our boutique on 5th Avenue. So it's 135 5th Avenue. The tickets are available on Eventbrite. It starts at 4 o'clock, and all of our guests are encouraged to arrive at that time so that they have a moment to mingle, have drinks, have treats. One night bar stand. Jen is providing champagne. Red Aspen Magnolias and Mermaid's Beauty is doing demos. Dr. Saluja and Dr. Novo, plastic surgery and dermatology are also going to be there. So a lot of these vendors are providing little unique products that you really won't find anywhere else all at once. So we encourage you to come for that at 4 o'clock. And then 5:30 will be the runway show. So you'll take your seats and enjoy a one-of-a-kind, unique fashion show with beautiful models from the community. And these are community leaders who I'm featuring in the show. And a lot of these are women business leaders too, who in the community have just done amazing work between their career, between their families, and wonderful businesses. So we're featuring them actually as the models in the dresses, and it's going to be beautiful, just beautiful. And with the lighting that we have and the music, it'll just blow you away, hopefully.
Well, we're really excited. If a bride is looking to get a hold of you, what's the best way to set up an appointment and have a consultation?
The best way is to visit our website to get a feel for what you're looking for, and also for the bride to see what we have currently, and that's www.fifthavenuebridal.com. They can also call me. My phone number personally, and I text a lot with brides through Instagram too, is 321-512-4243.
And as far as new inventory, they should just be keeping an eye on your Instagram?
Yes, exactly. Yes, we have a couple of stories going all the time where we feature something that's new, something that's the latest, something that comes in. Sometimes we'll have a surprise package to our door. We never know what's coming in based on the fashion world. You never know. So it's pretty exciting to keep up with our Instagram at 5th Ave Bridal. Is pretty fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate it. We look forward to being on the show. We're going to see more of you. And thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Trevor.
Business impacting the Space Coast, where Brevard gets down to business. Sponsored by Ideal Impact Media, your partner in video marketing and brand storytelling.